These next two things you're going to find hilarious. They require some setup. So, as you know, the president loves to sign executive orders, and he loves to have his staff secretary, whose name is Will Scharf, narrate what's being signed, and he loves to interplay with Mr. Scharf, the staff secretary, or the staff secretary. Is that job? Yeah, and the press. So, you may not know this about Donald Trump, but he's a contradiction. He's a bundle of containing multitudes. He doesn't hold grudges, but he does like to get revenge. So Covington and Burling is a white shoe Washington law firm. Covington and Burling. I was once represented by them pro bono, long time ago, when I sued President Nixon and Henry Kissinger and others for wiretapping my home phone. So a million years ago. Case lasted like 20 years. Went to the Supreme Court twice. Didn't win that case in the end, but in Washington, they do a lot of pro bono work. For those who don't know, that means they represent people for free. Apparently, this firm, which does a lot of national security work, it's they're one of the top national security law firms in America and in Washington. They did some work for special counsel Jack Smith, not Donald Trump's favorite person. So I don't know whose brainstorm this was, but the decision was made to sign an executive. If you're a law firm and you do national security cases, you get a security clearance, the lawyers who work on those cases, because when a case comes up that requires access to classified information, you want the lawyers to be ready to go to represent their clients to handle the classified information, right? So the lawyers have clearances. So if you're in the business of doing those kinds of cases, whether pro bono work or for profit, it's horrible if your national security clearances are pulled, because then you can't do that work anymore, right? So here's President Trump. I think it's so hilarious. It makes me laugh just thinking about it. Here's President Trump, number 6, in the Oval Office, explaining the executive order he's signing to strip Washington law firm Covington and Burling of their security clearances.
At the outset of your administration, sir, you committed to ending the weaponization of government, to holding those accountable who participated in the weaponization of government.
Hold it. This is a good one. Is everybody listening? Deranged Jack Smith. We're going to call it the Deranged Jack Smith signing or bill. Go ahead.
One law firm that provided pro bono legal services to the special counsel's office under Jack Smith's leadership was Covington and Burling. As a result of those actions, we're now going to be suspending and putting under review the security clearances for the attorneys and employees at that firm who worked with Jack Smith's team. And we're going to continue holding the people who were responsible for the weaponization of government, who supported it, accountable for what they did.
And you'll be doing this with other firms as time goes by, right?
We're looking at sort of the whole panoply of options.
The weaponization of our system by law firms, even pro bono work they're doing just in order to clog up government, stop government. And nobody knows about it more than me. And hopefully that'll never happen again.
So the Covington and Burlington?
Covington and Burlington.
Mr. President, may I ask you a question about Europe? So long term, do you plan to maintain the number of U.S. troops
Wait,
stationed?
I just want to savor this one, please. Who would like this pen? Hey, why don't you send it to Jack Smith?
Boom.
A deranged person.
All right. Again, some of you think I'm too nice to Donald Trump. I'm sorry. It's hilarious. The fact that he did that whole thing. Now, you thought that signing was funny. This thing, also, comedy gold, number 11. This is Donald Trump announcing a new Trump gold card. When I first heard the Trump gold card, I was like, is he just getting in the credit card business? No, this is a new way to bring really wealthy people who want to come to the United States as legal immigrants to the United States. So you'll see President Trump extolling the virtues of the Trump gold card. And then you'll hear newly minted Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick using highly Trumpian language as a confused or bemused Bobby Kennedy looks on, describing this new innovation in immigration checkbook access. Roll, please, number 11.
We'll be doing something else that's going to be very, very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship. And wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before, anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to
2
say
weeks.
a couple of words about it?
Sure.
Mr. President, are there
Wait a
any
minute, hold on.
requirements for that
Hang on a
gold
sec.
card? Do you have to invest a certain amount of money in this country in order to qualify for that gold card?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Go
the
ahead.
EB-5 program was really, you lend some money, but it was full of nonsense, make-believe, and fraud, and it was a way to get a green card that was low priced. So the president said, rather than having this sort of ridiculous EB-5 program, we're going to end the EB-5 program. We're going to replace it with the Trump Gold Card, which is really a green card gold. So they'll be able to pay $5 million to the U.S. government. They'll have to go through vetting, of course. We're going to make sure they're wonderful, world-class global citizens. They can come to America. The president can give them a green card.
Can you freeze that,
and
Sam?
they
Can you freeze it?
invest in America, and we
Freeze
can
the video. All right. The look on Bobby Kennedy's face just makes, the whole thing makes me laugh. Anyway, maybe you didn't think that was as funny as I do, but I think the whole thing it's an instant classic. All right.